Maya kick up top to Payne. Now Jay will pop up top, down low. Maya backdoor cut, tips, layup and in.
That was great ball movement. 2 passes on the perimeter.
15 on the shot clock for the Buffs here. Frida gets up top to wet it to the corner. 3 on the way by Sela. Yeah!
Well, there's some highlights for the Buffs' victory at Cal as they open up the swing through the Bay Area. Back into Stampede, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson, head coach J.R. Payne joining us here for a couple of minutes. Let's go back to the game at Berkeley.
Yep.
Nice ball game overall for Colorado, right?
It was a great game. You know, it's always fun. We have 2 seniors on our team this year from that area.
Yeah.
And they both played fantastic. Maybe their best games of the year,
nice.
You know, and they played really well. The energy was great. The team played well, and we kind of won it, you know, running away, which is always nice.
Do you get a little nervous, though, when you've got upperclassmen like that and they're going back for the last time? They get a little jacked up.
You know what? Not with these 2.
Okay.
You know, in fact, after the game, I hugged Sela and I said, you ball out in front of your family every single time. It's like the best game of the year for her. So these 2 I knew would be handling their business.
You know, they jumped out early in this one, and then you had a huge third quarter against Cal.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we jumped out early. 3 of our 5 starters were in foul trouble. Most of the second quarter sat on the bench with 2 fouls. And so it just, you know, they kind of came back a little bit, and then we just jumped on them in the third. And execution was good. Our energy was good. We were rebounding. I mean, it was just a great quarter for us.
When you get down to this time of the year, you're kind of getting late in conference play. The tournament's around the corner. You're running the marathon. You're in the last 5 miles here. That can start to wear on the team. You like the energy with your team right now?
I loved our energy. Sunday, we were kind of tired, you know, and I think part of that was the emotional sort of up, you know, from Friday night. But we feel pretty good. Our bodies are pretty fresh. We're relatively healthy.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, as all coaches do. But yeah, we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you never know. This time of year, I get a little bit nervous about that. So then the Buffaloes went on to play Stanford, the second-ranked team in the country, in Palo Alto on Sunday. We'll talk about that in a moment. Last time they were home, great event at the Event Center as they're hosting Washington National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
So today we're at CU Event Center before the women's basketball game. We're celebrating National Women's and Girls in Sports. We have all of our female athletes here playing activities with kids in our community, just having fun, doing athletic drills and teaching them all these skills in all these different sports, just to give back and have some fun. Events like this are really important for girls and women in sports just because it's very empowering. We all get to work together, have some fun and create some memories, and just teach each other so many new skills, whether it be for sports or just to be healthy and just in the rest of your life too. It's definitely fun to be hanging out with some girls who we could see on the court and on the field some days. They're definitely the future of CU athletics, and we just want to help develop them as early as we can so that they can be in our shoes in the future.
That was a great celebration at the CU Event Center. The Buffaloes knocked off Washington, the National Girls and Women's in Sports Day at the Event Center. It was a great week leading up to it, really. I know that's awful important to you and your program.
It is unbelievably important for so many reasons. You know, every woman in our program, you know, whether it's a player, a trainer, a staff member, coaches, you know, our lives have been greatly impacted, you know, by Title IX, by our ability to play sports and off the floor, on the floor in lots of different ways. So it's really neat. Our university does a great job of bringing people from the community together. Other members of different sports teams come, and we do a lot with that day. It's really neat.
You know what's really cool about it as well is not only the celebration of the women who are here, it's the fact you got a lot of young girls coming to the event, and they're seeing the head coach of the Buffaloes and athletes in various sports out here and administrators and that kind of thing. It's a great example for them.
I think it's fantastic, you know, and for me, having 2 young daughters, it's really important. So I really understand the value of that. They get to interact. They play games with lacrosse players and soccer players and different people. It's such a neat event. I wish we could do it all the time, but the fact that we get to do it, bring everybody together for that event is cool.
Well, for our daughters, they just know that mom's the boss, right, around women's basketball. That's what they know all the time. All right, let's go to the game on Sunday. You play at number 2 Stanford. First and second quarter went pretty well. You were down by what, 1 point at the half, and so good first half. Talk about that.
Yeah, we actually were up by 1 at the half.
Up by 1 there.
Yeah. So, I mean, Stanford is just... They're just a machine. You know, it is tough to beat them anywhere. That's why they don't lose very often. But I loved our effort. We were great in the first half. Maya, again, was out with foul trouble almost the entire second quarter. It's tough to play without your leading scorer and rebounder. But everybody rallied and came together and played great. Third quarter, we just couldn't score the ball. I mean, it was season lows in free throws, shooting, field, three-point. I mean, it just was tough to score. We still defended okay, but we turned the ball over more than usual. You know, I mean, they're number 2 for a reason. They got us pretty good in the second half.
Without question. So the second half got away from us. The turnover issue bit you in that one a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's very uncommon for us. I mean, we're top 15 or 20 in the country in assist to turnover ratio. We take care of the ball very well. So when we don't don't, you have a game like that, you turn it over 20 plus times, it's going to be bad for us.
The road trip doesn't end for the Buffaloes. They're on the road again this week.
Yes, and we are so excited.
Yeah.
We cannot wait. Get that taste of Stanford out of your mouth and get back on the road to play.
They're rolling along on the road towards the end of the season. That's head coach J.R. Payne. Coming up next, we're going to talk women's tennis here on the Buffalo Stampede.